Okay then, Helldivers, we are back with your Galactic War update, and we have got to talk about the game because since Twinbeard's departure, it appears that what we're left with is a little lackluster. We're going to go over that and some features that you guys want to see come through to the game. It's going to be an interesting one, so make sure that you stay tuned. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And make sure you check out our sponsor, GamerSupps, the company that aim to offer esports athletes and gamers with the most effective and healthy energy choice compared to those normal tinned energy drinks to help you perform to your highest potential, especially during those more crucial moments. Completely keto friendly and low carb with ketogenic diets, nootropics, and sharpen focus and increase reaction time. So we have got the link down in the description. Use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. But with that being said, let's dive on into the info at hand. So starting off, we are going to make our way over to the Galactic War table, where we're going to take a look at what's happening with the major order as of right now. So as it stands, we have got the major order at completion for killing the automatons. 2 days and 5 hours remaining. We have got to still liberate Chewie, which is looking, well, pretty damn bad. We have not really got much luck with this one, as we are over here and we can see that we have got Short Bay and we are still trying to chip away at Martyr Bay. Now Martyr Bay is at 85% liberation time. This apparently, Short Bay has got a 0% usage, so there is no point going for Short Bay right now, no chance of liberating that, but you guys have twigged on to Martyr Bay being the way of liberation. So we have got the Eagle Storm over on Martyr Bay right now to go and get that one completed, so we can move over to Chewie and hopefully get that one done within the next 24 hours. Your Democracy Space Station as of right now is looking pretty damn bleak, with the Eagle Storm being the final usage with around 12 hours left for the activity on it, and then we're back at a blank spot before we can utilize either the planetary bombardment or the orbital blockade coming in tomorrow. Your location point at the moment is obviously on Martyr Bay, and hopefully we can get it sent over to Chewie just afterwards, and we can hopefully have something utilized, which is likely to be the orbital blockade based on the time period, with hopefully the planetary bombardment is not the usage for that one, but we'll hopefully wait and see to see how that one goes. A lot of you guys are starting to enjoy this a lot more, although it's just personally not my cup of tea. But some of you guys have noticed that we could be in for an extremely funny opportunity right here, as Martyr Bay takes us over to Chewie, which then means that we can go over to Aurora Bay and back into Cyberstan. Yeah, Cyberstan we have got a bit of a history with, and it holds probably one of the more important planets on the automaton side, being one of the originals. So we can make this one quite an interesting movement, and I would like to hope that a lot of people would want to head back over to Cyberstan and see what it is that is waiting for us there. So yeah, quite a lot of upvotes on this one, so we're expecting to make that move at some stage or another. And we've got to talk about what we're left with now that Twinbeard has made his departure. His final day with Arrowhead Game Studios has now been finished, and he is no longer a community manager. Although still technically hired by the company, he is now on vacation and running off the last of his time period there. Now, I did actually send out a message to the Baskinator and also to Cyber Samurai, which happened to be the only two of the Arrowhead team online at that point. And, well, the response that we actually got was a little bit disappointing, to be completely honest. The question that I actually asked inside the Discord is, Baskinator, Cyber Samurai, will you guys be ramping up the comms from your end to fill the void from Twinbeard, or do we expect the same comms from you that we always have had? Which, quite frankly, especially from Baskinator, who is the community manager, has never really been quite a lot. She takes control of things like the high command dispatches, a lot of the announcements, patch notes, and all of that sort of stuff, and we do genuinely appreciate her for her work on that, because it is quite a good communication for a lot of the official stuff. But as far as just like general chit chat with the community, answering some questions that people do want to know, Twinbeard was always your go-to guy. Well, the response that I got back from Baskinator is definitely not a comfortable one, to say the least, as the response we got was, Cyber Samurai is our social media manager, which actually, yep, fair enough. Cyber obviously has her job role within the social media scene, so that is completely fair. And Baskinator says, I communicate quite a bit, however. Now, unfortunately, after taking quite a big dive into what it is that is actually on the Discord and what the Baskinator genuinely does communicate with, we seem to see that there is just well, a lot of generally just like meme relative posts, a lot of food posts, like a lot of food posts, and then just replying to some of the more funnier jokes inside of there. But as far as actually being able to answer any of the questions for the community, doesn't seem to really do that much inside of it. So for me, a little bit disappointing, as it seems that now Peterstead and Shams Georgiani have both quietened down their socials and in the Discord with regards to communicating towards people on answering certain questions. I'm hoping that them two genuinely do ramp up again and start answering some of the stuff that's being tweeted at them or messaged at them inside of the Discord, just because it seems to be a little lackluster right now. And it seems like going forward, at least, the likelihood is that our support team, B Vitamin, is likely to be the main communication for anything moving forward, as B Vitamin genuinely is really active in there and will respond to a lot of your comments. So that will generally be what we seem to be looking out for at the moment with anything new happening in the scene. So I've got my fingers crossed, but without Twinbeard, it does seem to be that communication towards this game is going to be coming quite quiet at the moment. And you will notice that we have started covering other games here on the channel, including Stalker 2 and PoE 2, and that will be a thing moving forward to make sure that we can keep the content rolling and keep you guys entertained with some sort of content in some regard or another. It is such a damn shame, but unfortunately we've got to move with what we've got to move with. And some changes that you guys are wanting to see inside of the game, and some of which have been spoke about for a little while, and I'm kind of surprised that they don't actually have some moves on it, is like this one here, and it says I want to believe. And yeah, they're throwing a thermite grenade at the dual button doors, and obviously that does not work, and they kind of hope that it does. But a lot of conversation after that wants the guard dog to be able to give the ability to interact with the bunker by giving it a command, and I think that would be a pretty damn cool usage. I think that the overall of what the guard dogs can actually do, there's definitely buttons there that they can click, so I think that would be a cool environmental change. I think that's something that definitely is needed. And while we're talking about environmental changes, urban environments shouldn't be a planet type. They should appear on all planets with mission types made specifically for the environment. Now, I think this could be a really good idea. Obviously, not all planets will have any sort of like urban environment aspect per se, but with Helldivers being able to travel across the galaxy, across the universe, being able to make their way around, the likelihood is that would be some sort of urban structures on different planets at some stages or another. There are things living on all sorts of different other planets, and I think that that could genuinely work. And having smaller or relatively larger point of interests, such as those urban environments, could work pretty damn well and would work really well in some people's favor. And I think that actually this idea, rather than having a full urban environment planet, could be pretty damn cool. But again, it's something that we want, but it's not likely to ever really happen. I do think the urban environment is something that is really wanted by myself included, and could be something that could change the game moving forward, which is definitely needed. As yes, right now it is a Monday morning, so I'm aware before you flood my comment section, but as of right now on Steam alone we only have 12,000 players. This has definitely dipped in the last week significantly. Now, I don't know how much of an impact Twinbeard genuinely had, but these numbers have not hit this level of low for a little while now, and even when we drag it back by a month, we can see that there has been quite a significant dip by like tens of thousands. And this is a little bit of a weird one, as in the last 3 weeks alone we've lost around another 50, 60, 70%, give or take, in between that bracket of the player base. Upon what? And I don't really understand why. So yeah, it's one of those, man. I'm really hoping the game can survive it, and I really hope that we don't have to deal with some sort of like really bad trajectory point, but we'll have to wait and see how the game goes. Unfortunately though, that's all we got time for today. Just wanted to have a little conversation with you guys about where it is the game's going and whether it's actually going to survive the loss of Twinbeard, which is obviously a bigger impact than what I originally thought. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate you all, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.